Hi, my name is Jenny Parnell and I am a homeopath and an essential oil mentor and a doTERRA advocate, and I am going to share with you one of my most recent experiences with regards to dentistry, toothache. I was away and I always take my oils. I wouldn't be without them, so what I take is my 10 core oils. I just can't be without them. And normally I would take a homeopathic kit, but on this occasion, no, I knew I was going to a relaxing place, so didn't need any of that. But I had a first aid, sudden onset, acute cyst problem, which was a tooth infection, toothache. Now, I have in the past suffered from them with slight gum problems, and I get food in the pockets and then bacteria, etc. So this came on really suddenly, and my trusted go-to method was my homeopathic remedies, Hepasoft, which of course I didn't have with me. So rather than worrying about that, I looked at what I did have. And this is not something I've always put together because I've had the other trusted method, but it was brilliant. So what I did is I made a combination of oils in a small bottle, because that's what I had, and then I had a trusty toothpick that I carry anyway. So what I made up was oregano, which is #1 for bacterial infection, so I used a couple of drops of that. This is a hot oil, so I would have to be careful how I use that. I mean, I could use it straight on the gums and the skin, but I would really know about it. So I had tea tree, because obviously, you know, anti-inseptic, want to get in there. Great oil, many people know about that one. And then I use lavender, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory and calmative. So that calmative works on lots of levels, and most people would know that because they use it for sleep. So it's because of its chemistry properties that we can identify the calmative, so that's why I use that as well. And then I use frankincense because that is the king of all oils, and it will magnify all the other oils together. So then I mixed it up, and I did top it up with fractionated coconut oil. Now I could have used any oil, whatever I had access to, I would have put in there. And then I used my trusted toothpick in between the gum line, and I did that 3 or 4 times a day. It did sort of, you could feel it sensation wise because of the hot oil, so I did numb it, but I went one further with peppermint. So somebody advised me about peppermint and their toothache, and I thought, right, well, okay, let's try that method. It was brilliant. It's anti-inflammatory, it's calmative, but it's analgesic. So straight on, I tapped that straight onto the infected areas, and it kind of like a numbing thing. Although it was throbbing, I couldn't really feel it, so it was brilliant. I would highly recommend peppermint, and that was a new one on me. So I did that for 3 or 4 days. Even when I woke up at night, it wasn't that the pain woke me up, and it was throbbing. I still managed to sleep, but I knew I just needed to keep impacting. You have to layer it up. You have to be intense. If you've got intense pain, you have to repeat regularly. And I can honestly say, if I hadn't had that, I would have, I mean, you know, most cases people would have ended up ruining their break away because it was pulsating, it was getting worse. Maybe an emergency appointment to the dentist, antibiotics, because that's how it would have gone. But no, I didn't. When I got home, well, I used that, I managed to get home, and I've carried on using it. So it has been an essential learning method for me again, which I'm sharing because it was brilliant. So just the 10 core oils is your first aid kit. You have an opportunity to make up 80% of anything you need, and if you understand, and I don't mean in detail, but you understand some of the chemistry properties with these oils, then you'll understand why you're putting them together and how you're putting them together. But it's so much simpler than waiting for prescriptions, waiting to have to visit somebody. I mean, I had those to hand, and if I hadn't got my box, my handy box that I would take away with me, I always carry a little kit in my bag. Now I would have had 3/4. I wouldn't have had oregano. I don't carry that one, but I certainly would have had enough to make a difference. So yeah, just thought I'd share that. Thank you.